Our mission is to help you learn the English language. We have created easy-to-follow, free educational materials for those seeking knowledge of English.
It's a beautiful day here in New Zealand at the Men's Volleyball World Championship. My name is Rick Fields and I'm joined by the man with the plan, Bob Copeland.
Thank you, Rick. We've got a very exciting encounter ahead of us today as two powerhouse teams, Brazil and China, face off against each other and try to qualify for the next round. Without a doubt, both teams are in top shape and this will prove to be a competitive match.
The ref signals the start of the game and here we go. Ribeiro serves and China quickly receives the ball. Chen bumps it to the setter, and a very nice set by Chen.
Xu spikes it. Wow, what a great hit. The Brazilian blockers anticipated the play and tried to block him, but he managed to get the ball in.
It's China's service now. What a superb jump serve by Li. Oh, and we have a let serve. The ball was coming in fast and almost made it over the net.
Brazil calls for a timeout and we'll be right back, after a short commercial break.
You're right, Italian. Ha, ha. I was trying to trick you, but you didn't fall for it.
I almost did. Actually, I don't know that much about coffee, even though I sell it.
I could give you a few pointers if you want. I know a lot about coffee.
Thanks. Maybe if things slow down later I'll stop by your table.
I'm Robert, at your service.
Rita, nice to meet you.
Hello, Tom. How do you find the dinner of yesterday?
Very good. That may be the most delicious food I have ever eaten.
It's nice of you to say so.
I really appreciate you for having invited me.
Don't mention it. You know, we're old friends.
Anyway, I owe you one. Are you free tonight?
Yes. Why?
I want to invite you to enjoy the food I cook.
That's great. I'd love to.
Lisa, I'm home.
How was your day?
Pretty good. I've made a few friends already.
Anybody I know?
Well, Pam Franklin lives next door to us. By the way, can I go to her house this Saturday?
Of course. You didn't have to ask me.
That's what Pam said.
Just don't stay out too late.
What happened to John?
He quit.
Now, David, can I get you a drink? What will you have?
Coffee, please.
What about you, Mary?
Coke is fine, thank you. I hear Jean married a business tycoon.
That's true. Her husband is a fat cat.
But I don't think she really loves him.
She is only after his money.
If I were her, I wouldn't marry a man I don't really love.
But many girls nowadays do want to marry a man filthy with dough.
What are your weekend arrangements?
There are many things I can do on weekends.
What sort of things are you interested in?
I'm keen on taking short trips to nearby scenic spots. More often than not, I go with some of my friends. By the way, what are your favorites?
I love swimming and cycling. On Sunday morning I have swimming practice for an hour. In the afternoon, I just ride my bike around the city or along the country roads for almost 2 hours.
That's great. I think they do you a lot of good. Where do you swim?
Mostly in the city's swimming pool. But on occasion, I go to the beach with friends. Well, what do you do at leisure?
I'm fond of dancing.
Good. You really know how to enjoy yourself. Yesterday was April the 1st.
Was it quite special?
Not for the others, but for me. I was in the library going over my lessons when suddenly one of my roommates came in. He told me that I was wanted on the phone in my dormitory, and that person would call me again several minutes later.
Did you hurry back to the bedroom?
Yes. I went back to the dorm only to find my roommates laughing and shouting, "April Fool, April Fool."
Oh, your classmates took you in.
Only then did I realize it was April Fool's Day. Is there anything available for tonight?
There are some seats in the rear mezzanine.
Isn't there anything else available?
No, the show is almost sold out.
Look at this, a brief introduction of Hollywood.
Hackneyed theme.
What? How much do you know Hollywood?
Nearly everything.
You are full of boasts. I can examine you by question and answer. What is Hollywood? Where is it? What is the function of it?
2 easy questions. Listen carefully. Hollywood is the movie capital of the world. It is located in Southern California. Many films have been made there, and the kinds have changed often.
Not bad. What kind of film did it produce from the ready to mid-1930s?
Gangster movies. Moviegoers at that time could get a look at the people involved in crime and their violent activities by watching it.
What came after that?
After all that violence, people needed to laugh. So from the mid to late L940s, many detective movies about policemen who solved crimes were made. Then came musicals.
Pretty good. Please continue.
Right. By the mid-50s, this light-hearted genre was competing with films about more serious subjects. There was one kind that could be found throughout all of these years, and that was the
Western films about America's cowboys, Indians and early settlers.
Come on.
Since the early 1960s, there are horror movies about people who encounter frightening, unnatural situations, and serious films such as documentaries about events that actually happened, and science fiction movies about possible future and future worlds. Some people have also enjoyed watching psychodramas about the everyday problems that people have.
Any more?
Of course, no list of film would be complete without animated movies. These are especially popular among children. What sort of things do you grow in your garden?
I grow a variety of things, so that something is in bloom all year round.
When is your garden at its best?
It looks best in spring, when the plum and cherry blossoms are out.
Where to, miss?
Hi, Crenshaw and Hawthorne, at the Holiday Inn that is on that corner.
Sure thing. So, where are you flying in from?
From China.
Really? You don't look very Chinese to me, if you don't mind me saying so.
It's fine. I am actually from Mexico. I was in China on a business trip. Visiting some local companies that manufacture bathroom products.
Wow, sounds interesting. Excuse me if I am being a bit nosy, but how old are you?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Don't get me wrong. It's just that you seem so young and already doing business overseas.
Well, thank you. In that case, I am 26 years old. And what about yourself?
I am 40 years old and was born and raised here in the good old US of A, although I have some Colombian heritage.
Really? That's great. Do you speak some Spanish?
Yeah. Of course.
Que bien. Sentences poems habeas en español.
How are you today?
Pretty good, thanks. And you?
What's the main idea in this essay?
The United Nations should have more authority.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.